Okay, welcome to the next tutorial. I guess that we left last time when I entered an empty space, and probably the result of it was the menu of options being displayed again. That was because there a space, an empty space, didn't triggered any of the cases. Yes, the choice was empty, so the only thing that got triggered was this if statement, because an empty space is different from Q. So what you got is press enter key to continue. Q did that, and then after that it gets this the display method gets executed again. So let's see if we run it again. Let's go to here, display method, because what I want to do now is to run the next one, which is the option B. So let's run this quickly. You remember that we go to display method, display menu. Display menu, notice that display menu is void, so we're not returning anything. Display menu, what it does is just to print out things on the console. Yes, it's displaying things. So with this, what are we displaying? Well, displaying the options you have. Options, and now I'm going to, the first option I want to enter here is A, because I want to enter some text. So here, next one is, notice that it's no longer void, it's char. That means that I'm going to return a character. So the character I'm going to return is expected from let me see, get menu choice. Okay, so did I press A? Yes, I did press A. Let's see what's the next one. Let me see. Yes. So if you see that all of a sudden this goes disabled, you mean that grays out, it's because you haven't pressed return here. Yes, press return, and then this character will be read out. So console print line, as you can tell, yes, it's going to create a new line here, and it's going to return the menu choice. The menu choice is, as you can see from here, is A. The value you enter here. Return. Okay, so that'll be the next statement to get executed, and it's going to return that value, and it's going to assign that value to choice. Two different things here to notice that are important is between the two methods. Display menu is void, so as you can tell, it doesn't return a value. Why it doesn't return a value? Because I said before, it's just for displaying purposes, and you know it doesn't return a value as well because you don't have an equal, yes, as the get choice method underneath. So you can say that this is a void. And in your Comp1 book, a void method is also called a subroutine. Subroutine because it doesn't return a value. In Java we don't have such a difference between subroutine and function, but in your book has. So just for you to be aware that if it doesn't return a value, that is, if it is void, then you call it subroutine. Whereas if returns a value, then you call it a function. Yeah, if return value, then you call it a function. Yeah, and you remember that before it was car, that returning a car, and over here you know that is as well is returning a value, is a function, because you have the equal sign. Yeah, whatever is returned by the get menu choice will be assigned to choice. So let's see if that's true. Okay, let's go here choice equals A. Yeah, it is true. Now choice A, so which case is going to be executed? Well, the case A. Next one, get text from user. Let's do that. This one is declaring a variable. Next line is assigning the value returned by this function. Notice that console is the variable we declared, and as give us the functionality that AQA console 2013 provides. In this case is readline, and this what it will do is to wait for the for us to type a value and to display this text. So let's run it. Okay. Enter the text to use, and this one is this text that has been printed out. So text to use, I'm going to say, just to keep consistency, as I said before, com1 hello com1 student. Yeah. Return. Noting that in this case I'm not returning a char, a single value, I'm returning a string. Yeah. So that's what it says here, a string. Returning that. Okay, so plain text equal the value that I'm going to return. So here is hello com1 student. Notice one thing here, that when I left this function, let me see what function was it. It was get user text, isn't it? Yes, find it. Sorry. Plain text, plain cipher. No. I wanted to show something. I wanted to show you something quickly. Let me see. Get text from user. You remember that here we have this variable text user, yeah, and it returned this value text user, and now it's not here. Why it's not here? Well, because we left this function, and this variable is local. Yeah, this variable is a local variable. Text from user is local. So let me see if I can make that point clear. So this variable, yeah, is local. Yeah, and why I know this is because it doesn't show here anymore. Yes, it's not in. As soon as we left this function, it died, and the same thing will happen with plain text when we leave that function. Yeah, and the same thing will happen with choice. Why? Because they have been declared within a piece of code within within a single function. Okay, so let's move on. So I'm going to run this again. Read the line. Let me see, here it is. Please press and continue. Okay, so while choice is different, it is different. I haven't entered anything. Display main. Okay, we'll display everything again. Now I'm going to go for the option B. I just want you to see what gets displayed. Get menu choice. So okay, so here I'm going to type B. Return. And return B. Yes. Well, the choice is going to be B. That's what I entered. So what case is going to run? Well, if the expression, remember that switch is expression. If the expression is B in this case, so case B is going to run. So display in plain text. Go here. So display plain text. Notice that I'm passing a value here. Yeah. So it's a good point to make, and you can write that in your notes. So here on the T, instead of, you remember here I didn't pass any parameter, it was empty brackets. over here the difference is I sending a parameter, plain text, and this plain text is the same as this one. Yeah, and this plain text happens to be hello con1 student. So I sending the value I have entered before when I press A. So now this method, display plain text, takes a parameter. What parameter it takes? Well, it takes a string, and text to display. Okay, let me see. Okay, so we were on that. We were here. Print line will print an empty line. That's what this is, and then console display the text. Okay, that's will be here. This plain text. The plain text is, and then console print line, and that's the value that we have passed. So we pass this value, this plain text to display, and this is the same as this one. Yeah. So these two variables are the same. That means that whatever is stored in this value, whatever we have passed before will be displayed. What can I say about this one? Well, notice one thing here. This one is displayed after the column. Why? Because I haven't put here print ln. When I say print ln, I print something and I go to the next line. When I don't put ln, means I'm still on the same line. Yeah? And because I left here on the same line, the next printout will be on the same line as well. Now here, because I put ln, the next printout will be on the next line. Another thing, and with this I finish this tutorial, and that I want to mention, I'm not going to explain now, but I just want you to think about, and if you're curious enough, to look in your notes and to figure it out. There are two ways we can pass parameters, values, to a method. One way is using parameters, passing by value, and the other one is passing by reference. Yep, I will explain that later. Yes, finish one thing over here. In this case, we have passed parameters by value. Yeah, this is a value that we pass, and I will show you later on how we do it by reference as well. So okay, thank you for listening, and the next tutorial will be on the other two. We will move on and going through the other options, which are option D and E. Yeah, thank you.